listen up. Because I'm not here to coddle you or whisper sweet nothings about how you're doing great. I'm here to light a fire under your ass and make you face a truth most people are too soft to admit. Fitness is non-negotiable. If you're rolling out of bed thinking you can skate through life on half-assed effort, you're already defeated. Your body is the vessel for your mind, and a weak body breeds a weak mind. There's no separation, no loophole you can exploit. You step into that gym, that pavement, that mat, or that track, not just to lift weights or run miles, but to carve out mental armor. Every rep, every drop of sweat, every breath you claw back against exhaustion is a declaration you refuse to be soft. You look in the mirror and see excuses staring back. You see, I'll do it tomorrow, or I don't have time. Guess what? Winners don't negotiate with weakness. You think the moguls and champions of the world got there by binge watching Netflix and eating chips? They got there by making a pact with pain, by choosing reps over rest, discipline over dopamine hits, grit over gratification. Your discipline in the gym bleeds into every corner of your life. Your focus, your hustle, your ability to withstand pressure and deliver when stakes are high. Weak body, weak mind. That's not some catchy slogan, it's a law of nature. You've got two options. Option one, stay comfortable, sit on your couch and watch your potential fossilize. Option two, step into the arena, embrace the suck and earn strength every damn day. Strength doesn't come from wishing, it comes from doing. It comes from the early alarms, the cold showers, the soreness that screams at you to quit, but you ignore it. You feed that fire by choosing pain today so you can laugh tomorrow. You don't negotiate, you show up, you pick up the weights. You run through the rain, you create it. Let's talk about the battlefield of your own body. Fatigue is a bully, and the weakest part of you is the first to cry uncle. But every time you push past that scream of muscle failure, every time you override that voice that says enough, you're forging mental steel. You're telling every cell, every fiber of your being that quitting isn't an option. And when life throws you curveballs, deadlines, critics, emergencies, you've already trained your mind to grind. You know how to handle discomfort. You know how to keep going when everything inside you begs for mercy. That's why fitness isn't optional. It's your blueprint for mental invincibility. You think a crash diet or a fad cleanse will cut it? You're kidding yourself. True fitness demands consistency, accountability, and brutal honesty. You need a plan, yes, but more than that, you need commitment. You need to track your meals, lift weights with intent, and log your workouts like they're boardroom meetings. You don't just go through the motions, you attack every set with purpose. You don't half-ass a workout, you own it. Your training should scare you a little, not because you want to injure yourself, but because you want to discover how far you're capable of going. Consider this. The day you decide to stay sedentary is the day you give up control. Don't fool yourself. Calories in surplus and muscles left idle will translate into a mind that surrenders at the first sign of stress. Anxiety, distraction, self-doubt, they flourish in lazy bodies. Conversely, every drop of sweat you spill in training is a deposit in your mental bank. You build resilience with barbells and burpees. You build confidence with pull-ups and lunges. You build clarity with cardio sessions so intense that nothing else can find a foothold in your head. Your workout becomes a meditation, an assault on weakness. Too many chase the shallow vanity of a six-pack without understanding what that six-pack stands for. Discipline, consistency, sacrifice. They chase aesthetic goals while their resolve dissolves at the first skipped session. That's cosmetic strength. Empty, flimsy, meaningless. Real strength is functional, unbreakable, forged in the crucible of relentless effort. It's the ability to handle a crisis without crumbling. It's the capacity to outwork every competitor, every doubter, every excuse. That's what fitness delivers. Everything else is fluff and nutrition. Don't get me started. If you treat your body like a garbage disposal, don't expect peak performance. Your brain is a beast of burden that demands quality fuel. Sugar and processed junk are like feeding a Ferrari diesel. You need the right macros, the right timing, the right hydration. You plan your meals with the same precision you'd plan a mission. You eat to conquer, not to comfort. You deny cravings the way a general denies retreat. And when you say no to junk, you're saying yes to energy, focus, and mental dominance. Rest and recovery, another battlefield. Sleep is not optional. It's the time when your muscles repair and your mind consolidates. You don't cut corners on sleep any more than you cut corners on reps. You build sleep hygiene rituals. Dark room, consistent schedule, 0 screens. You respect rest because you want your body operating at full throttle every damn day. You know recovery is part of the grind. Ignoring it means signing up for burnout, injuries, and a weak mind that can't cope. Accountability. Stop letting yourself off the hook. Track every session, every meal, every rest day. Use a journal, an app, whatever, but record. Review weekly. Adjust, improve. If you miss a workout, own it. If you blow your macros, own it. No blame, no excuses, just data. Then use that data to get ruthless with your plan. Weak people find reasons, strong people find results. You're not here to pat yourself on the back for participation trophies. You're here to set records, break barriers, redefine what you think is possible. This mindset bleeds into business, relationships, and every damn aspect of your life. You don't become a titan in the boardroom if you're a mosquito in the squat rack. High-stakes deals, high-pressure negotiations, they require the same mental toughness you build lifting heavy things. You push through failure, fatigue, rejection. You don't waver. You've watched yourself overcome the pain in the gym. You know what you're capable of. So when stakes are high, you lean in. You fight for every inch. Weak body, weak mind. Remember that when the alarm goes off at dawn. Remember that when your lungs burn at mile 2. Remember that when you're scraping your last rep off the deck. Because that moment of discomfort is a crossroads. Left is comfort, decay, laziness. Right is growth, power, triumph. Choose right. Choose steel. Build a body that no one can break. Build a mind that no one can shake. You want extraordinary? Then do extraordinary things. Ordinary people half-ass their workouts and their lives. Extraordinary people show up again and again in the trenches where no one is watching. They embrace the grind. They measure progress in plateaus shattered and limits blown. They treat fitness as a sacred contract with themselves. No negotiation. Sometimes you'll want to quit. That's your cue to push harder. Sometimes you'll feel unstoppable. That's your cue to go further. Every workout, every meal, every night's sleep is a page in your legacy. You're crafting a masterpiece, sculpting more than muscle. You're forging mindset, identity, willpower. And let me tell you, no one remembers a half-hearted sculptor. The world notices winners, and winners are built on unyielding discipline. So stand up, lean into the pain, lace up those shoes, chalk your hands, and march into the war against weakness. Sweat is your comrade, discomfort your mentor. They teach you to stand firm when chaos rages and to strike when opportunities emerge. Fitness is non-negotiable. It's the cornerstone of success, the foundation of confidence, the link between body and mind. If you're not hungry for that, go back to the couch. But if you're serious about dominating your field, your relationships, your own potential, you know what you must do. Rise before dawn, train like your life depends on it, nourish yourself like fuel for a rocket, recover like a champion, and track every step. That's the path. That's the contract. No excuses, no mercy, no negotiation. You are not weak. You are not a victim. You are a warrior. And warriors don't ask if fitness is optional. They know it's not. They embrace the battle every day, forging bodies that fuel minds and minds that conquer worlds. So get up, get moving, and don't stop until you're unbreakable, because a weak body will only ever produce a weak mind, and a weak mind never wins. You might think you figured it out because you're consistent for a week or two. Let me tell you something. Real success doesn't come from just showing up. Success comes from going harder than the guy next to you, even when he's got more energy, more excuses, or more reasons to quit. Success comes from doing what others won't do, because you know that the only way to separate yourself from the masses is by doing what they're too weak to handle. You think you're tired? Everyone's tired. You think it's hard? Life's hard. So stop making excuses. Stop complaining. Stop asking for shortcuts. There's no hack to real greatness. There's no cheat code for the grind. You can't hack your way into being the best. No, you're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to work harder than you've ever worked before. And you're gonna have to do it with no one watching, no one clapping, no one congratulating you for showing up. You're gonna have to do it for you. Because if you wanna step up to the top of the mountain, you've gotta build that foundation, brick by brick. You build it with your sweat, your tears, your sacrifices. No one else is gonna build it for you. And here's the reality check. If you're training for the aesthetic look, you're still missing the point. You think the guys you admire, the men who dominate in business, in combat, in anything, they just got ripped for Instagram likes? Hell no. They got strong to dominate. They built muscle to survive, to push through adversity, to show the world that they're not weak and they're not gonna bend, break, or fold when things get tough. When you train, you're not just building muscle, you're building the ability to handle life's weight. You're strengthening the same mental resolve that will carry you through every tough conversation, every business deal, every moment of doubt. When you get under that bar, you're not just lifting iron. You're lifting your life. Your body is a machine, and like any machine, it needs to be maintained and tested. If you're not testing your limits, then you're letting yourself rot. Comfort zones don't create champions. They create soft, predictable people who live boring lives and die with a whole list of unfulfilled potential. Comfort zones are where your dreams go to die. You think it's easy to be great? It's not. You're going to bleed, you're going to sweat, you're going to beg for mercy. But in the end, you'll stand up and look in the mirror with pride because you know you didn't take shortcuts, you didn't lie to yourself, you didn't quit when things got hard. Now let's talk about mental toughness. It's easy to be tough when everything is going well, when you've got no stress, no distractions. But the real test of your mental toughness is how you act when life gets tough. When everything falls apart, when the pressure's unbearable, when you feel like you can't go on, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit down and cry about it, or are you going to push through? No! Because here's the hard truth. Life is going to test you. It's going to hit you with everything it's got. The question is, are you strong enough to take it? Mental toughness is built in the trenches. It's forged in the pain of the gym, the loneliness of the grind, the rejection of your dreams when you're just starting out. If you can handle the pain in your body, you can handle the pain in your mind. If you can handle the burn in your muscles, you can handle the pressure of life. The gym isn't just a place to get stronger physically, it's a place to get stronger mentally. Every rep you push through when your muscles are screaming at you is a rep for your mind, for your character, for your resilience. When you train, you are rewriting the story of who you are. You're not just lifting weights, you're lifting yourself to new heights. You're teaching your mind that you will not quit, you will not break, and you will not lose. You're conditioning yourself to be a winner in every area of life, not just in the gym. And let's be honest here, there are people who don't want to do the work. They don't want to sacrifice the comfort of a lazy day, the temporary pleasure of junk food, the easy option of hitting snooze. They want to talk big, but they're not willing to back it up with action. But you are different. You are the one who gets up early. You are the one who makes the tough decisions. You are the one who sacrifices today so that tomorrow is better. You understand that success isn't a gift. It's earned through sweat, sacrifice, and grit. Do you want to be a person who looks back on their life and knows they gave it everything? Do you want to be someone who can look in the mirror and be proud of what they've built, of who they've become? Or do you want to be another face in the crowd, another name on a tombstone that no one remembers because they chose the easy way out, because they didn't push when it hurt, didn't work when it was hard, didn't sacrifice when it was necessary? That's the choice. And it's not a one-time decision. It's a choice you make every single day. When you step into that gym, when you eat that meal, when you decide how to spend your time, you're choosing who you are. You're choosing the kind of life you're going to lead. And the way you choose to treat your body will directly affect your mind. If you let yourself go physically, you're letting your mind go too. A weak body is a reflection of a weak mind. But a strong, capable body, one that's been forged in sweat, discipline, and consistency, that's the body of a winner. That's the mind of a champion. You see, there's no magic formula. There's no secret trick to success. You don't need a motivational speaker or a guru to tell you how to live. The answer is simple. Work hard, work smart, stay consistent, and never back down from a challenge. And when it gets tough, when you feel like you can't go on, you remember one thing. Weakness is your enemy, and you can't afford to be weak. Your body and your mind have to be your allies, not your enemies. They have to be sharp, strong, and relentless. So every day, you get up and you push yourself harder than yesterday. You push yourself when no one else will. You train with the intent of becoming a monster, not just in the gym, but in every aspect of your life. You attack each day with the ferocity of a lion, because you know that lions don't wait for opportunity. They go out and take it. They don't wait for motivation to strike. They create it. And they don't rest until they've conquered everything in their path. So what are you waiting for? You've got to be willing to sacrifice everything that keeps you comfortable. Comfortable is the enemy of progress. When you're comfortable, you're stagnant. When you're comfortable, you're not growing, you're not evolving, and most importantly, you're not pushing yourself to become the person you know you can be. You're lying to yourself. And the worst part about lying to yourself is that you can trick your mind into believing your own lies. But when the truth hits, when you look around and realize that you've wasted time, energy, and effort on things that didn't matter, that's when regret creeps in. And regret, my friend, is a bitter pill to swallow. So let me ask you this. Are you willing to trade your comfort for greatness? Are you willing to step into the unknown, where the only guarantee is pain, failure, and uncertainty? Are you willing to bet on yourself and commit fully to the grind, knowing that there will be no easy path and no shortcuts? Because that's what it takes. There's no one coming to save you. No magic pills, no tricks, no easy solutions. Just you, your mind, your body, and the relentless pursuit of becoming the best version of yourself. The road is long, and it's never going to be easy. There will be days when you don't feel like training. There will be days when your body is begging you to rest, when your mind is screaming at you to take a break. But here's where the winners separate themselves from the losers. The winners show up. The winners push through. The winners don't listen to their bodies when they're being lazy or weak. They listen to the voice inside them that says, get up, go, do the work. And this isn't just about getting through a workout or crushing your training session. This is about setting a standard for your life. This is about creating a mentality of resilience and perseverance that carries you through every obstacle and challenge you face. This is about building a foundation of mental and physical toughness that will allow you to tackle life's toughest battles head on. Because let me tell you, life is tough. It's not going to hand you anything on a silver platter. Life isn't going to throw you a bone just because you've been trying. The world doesn't care how hard you work. The world doesn't care about your feelings, your emotions, or your excuses. The world rewards results. It rewards people who show up day after day and give everything they've got, even when they're not feeling it. The world rewards those who have the discipline to put in the work when no one's watching, when no one's clapping, when no one's giving you any recognition. And here's the thing. This isn't just about the physical results, the muscles, the strength, or the endurance. Those things matter, of course, but they are only a byproduct of something much bigger. This is about the mental edge you gain by pushing your limits, by constantly testing yourself, by refusing to back down even when the going gets tough. The strength of your body is a reflection of the strength of your mind. When your mind becomes unbreakable, when it becomes impervious to doubt, fear, and hesitation, that's when you truly start to see results. Because you're not just building a physique, you're building a mindset. A mindset that says, I am in control. I am capable of achieving anything I set my mind to. I refuse to let weakness dictate my life. I will be relentless. I will be unstoppable, and I will never quit. And that mindset, that unshakable belief in yourself is what will separate you from the people who will always remain mediocre. It's the same mindset that will allow you to thrive in business, in relationships, in every aspect of your life. When you build mental and physical toughness, you become immune to the doubts, the negativity, and the obstacles that will inevitably try to get in your way. You don't just face challenges, you crush them. And the best part? You're not doing it for anyone else. You're doing it for you. You're doing it to prove to yourself that you are capable of greatness. You are doing it because you know that the pain today is nothing compared to the reward tomorrow. This isn't a motivational speech that fades the moment you close your eyes. This is a call to action. A call to stop settling for mediocrity. A call to stop making excuses and start making results. The clock is ticking. Every moment you waste is a moment you can never get back. And when you look back on your life, when you reflect on what you've accomplished, do you want to say, I gave it my all? Or do you want to look back and regret that you never gave your best? The choice is yours. The pain you feel in the gym, the soreness, the exhaustion, it's all part of the process. It's all part of the journey. It's the price you pay for success. And I promise you this, it will be worth it. When you're standing on top of your mountain, looking down at the obstacles you've conquered, you'll realize that every drop of sweat, every ounce of effort, every moment of struggle was worth it because you didn't quit. You didn't give up. You didn't settle for average. You fought for greatness and you earned it. But there's one thing that you need to understand about success. It's not guaranteed. Just because you train hard, just because you push yourself to the limit, doesn't mean the world is going to hand you success on a silver platter. You still have to go out there and fight for it. You still have to earn it every single day. And that means You need to be prepared to sacrifice more than most people are willing to sacrifice. You need to be willing to give up the comfort, the distractions, the laziness that keep others from reaching their full potential. And let me tell you something. When you make that sacrifice, when you push through when everyone else is quitting, when you rise above the crowd, that's when you truly find out who you are. That's when you discover your true strength, your true potential, and your true power. And once you tap into that, there's no turning back. You will become unstoppable. So here's the final message. Stop playing small. Stop pretending like fitness is optional. Stop telling yourself that you'll do it tomorrow, because tomorrow never comes. Tomorrow is just another excuse. Today is the day to change your life. Today is the day to stop making excuses, stop settling for mediocrity, and start building the body, the mind, and the life you were meant to have. Fitness is non-negotiable. Weak body, weak mind. That's the truth. You want to win in life? Then train like you've never trained before. Work like you've never worked before. Show up like you've never shown up before. And make no mistake, you will win. Because the only thing standing between you and greatness is the decision to get up, to get moving, and to refuse to stop until you've achieved everything you set out to achieve. Now, go out there and do the work. You know what it takes. It's time to step up.